What's going on, guys? It's STG. I got some very interesting coins I want to show you that I picked up. First, a little information. So I did place an order for a vintage bar. They received the payment. It's going to take a week for them to ship out. So hopefully sometime the end of next week, I'll have the bar in hand. So stay tuned for that. And guys, let me show you what I've been picking up. So I was on a website of an LCS that I normally buy from, and I happened to see they had some of these coins in stock, and I happened to see the prices on them were fairly reasonable. So guys, let me show you what I purchased. The first one up here is a beautiful 5-ounce Libertad from last year. Love the Libertads. They made a ton more of the 5-ounce and 2-ounce versions last year compared to the prior year. I actually got the official figures from the Mexican Mint. They actually post the figures on their website, and I'm going to leave a link to that website in the description below. And they made roughly just under 20,000 of the 5-ounce 2023 Libertads last year. Beautiful coin, guys. Love the Libertads. And guys, I also got a few of these. Check it out. The 2-ounce Libertads. They made a ton of these last year compared to the previous years. Believe they made approximately 24,000 of these. So I was able to get one, I was able to get two, and I was able to get three, all 2023, guys. Love my Libertads. Beautiful design. Awesome. So I got the 5-ounce and I got a few of the 2 ounces. So I'm guessing the reason for the dramatic increase in production is because of the popularity. I know last year for some reason this was a extremely popular in-demand coin, and I think the Mexican Mint kind of took advantage of it last year. And I guess it's been popular last year and the year prior. The last few years, this coin has only gained in popularity in the precious metal community. So it is a gorgeous coin, and generally the mintages are quite low. The 1-ounce mintage was somewhat a little lower than last year, surprisingly, but not anywhere significantly higher or lower than for these size coins. For some reason they tripled or quadrupled in some cases production of these. So for the 2023, I think as far as the collectability value of these are not as significant as in prior years probably. Nonetheless, they are very beautiful coins, and I am glad I was able to get these at a reasonable price. And I probably will be offering up one of these for sale in the community tab. First come, first serve. And that's all I'm saying, guys. So my next two coins I did a little research on because I've been wanting to buy these coins for a while now, and I did a little research, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about them, the history of them. So guys, let me show you. I basically just went to my LCS down in Chinatown, and he had these two coins, and I just couldn't pass them up. I originally wanted one of them because it was in better condition, and then I wanted the other one because the price he was asking for, I probably can't beat. So guys, let me just show you the coins. Check it out. It is none other than Carson City, guys. Check it out. 1883 Carson City. Beautiful coin, guys. This is one of my first Carson City coins. Beautiful. Love it. This, guys, and boom, surprise, 1884 Carson City. Couldn't pass it up, guys. I had to get both of them. I could not pass them up. I initially saw the 1880, what was it, 3? And I said, wow, that's beautiful. Or I said 1884. I don't even remember which one I saw first. To me, they almost look proof-like. They did make proof-like ones. Beautiful Carson City minted coins. And guys, I actually did a little interesting history about the Carson City Mint. So the Carson City Mint, basically in the 1860s, they had the Comstock lode in Carson City, Nevada. And they were shipping most of the metal to San Francisco. However, you know, it was kind of dangerous back then. You know, you had the Civil War, you had cowboys, you had Indians, it was basically the Wild West. So they decided that Nevada needed its own mint. So they commissioned the mint in the mid-1860s, and it was finally completed 4 years later in 1870. So that's when the Carson City Mint opened. Now, they created a coin press in Philadelphia in 1869. I believe it was someone Morgan and Orr. I don't know if it's in relation to the Morgan dollar, possibly. And that was coin press number 1. And that was shipped to the mint, and they used that press initially. They didn't produce Morgans until 1878, but they produced seated liberties. They produced $5 gold half eagles, $20 double eagles, and they made all sorts of coins, gold and silver, during that period from the 1870s until, I'm guessing, 1877, 1878-ish. And then from 1878 until 1893, they exclusively made Carson City Morgans. And 1876, I think they made the most number of coins. They didn't make Morgans that year, but they made the most number of coins that year in total because of the 100th anniversary of the U.S. And then the mint ceased production of coins in 1893 because of the decrease in mining activity in the area. The mint was decommissioned in 1899, at which time the press number 1 was shipped back to Philadelphia. Believe it was still in use. It was converted from steam powered to electric power, and then it stood in Philadelphia until 1945, at which point it was shipped to the San Francisco Mint. Now, it remained there until the Kennedy administration, and during that time there was a coin shortage. So press number 1, this was already in the 1960s. The press had been created initially in the 1860s, 1869, and it was actually sent to the Denver Mint, where it struck, I believe it was over 118 million coins, including 50 million pennies, guys. That was a press that was, at that time, almost 100 years old, and it was still going strong, guys, almost 100 years later. So what happened was it stood in, I I think initially after it somehow went back to San Francisco, and then San Francisco, they were gonna scrap it, and then they saw some plate. What happened was, after the press was created, somehow it broke down not long after, and they were gonna send it back to Philadelphia, but there was actually a railroad line, and some of the engineers actually fixed the press early on, and they repaired it, and they put a little plaque. They replaced the plaque of the original people who created the press with their plaque. So that's how they knew it was from Nevada. They called the Nevada Museum, which is actually the Carson City Mint. It was converted into a museum by that time, and asked if they wanted it back, and I believe they sold it back to them for like $325. So if you go to the Carson City Mint, you could see press number 1. It's still there. It's been heavily updated, but I don't know how much of the original press still exists, but it's cool to know that they actually used a press for over 100 years. I mean, by today's, technological advances, you'd be lucky if you use a press for more than, I don't know how many years, if even that much. So just an amazing little bit of history I thought I'd share with you guys about the Carson City Mint. I mean, it's kind of an anomaly. There were other mints in the US, but if you're ever in Carson City, Nevada, you could take a look at the Nevada Museum, and it's basically the Carson City Mint, and you could learn a lot of history about, Carson City, and I think it's pretty cool. So that's pretty much it. I just want to give you guys a little history. I don't always do that, but I did a little research, and I thought I'd share a little bit of interesting history. Also, during this time, a lot of the operators and adjusters at the Mint, when it was actually running, were actually women. So the Mint was heavily ran by women during this time in the 1870s, 80s, and early 1890s. So that's another little interesting fact I learned. All right, guys, that's about it for now. I don't want to make this video too long. Thank you all of those people who have been watching this video till the end. I appreciate everyone's support. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and as always, stack that gold.